Sarah Ferguson's Trail of Business Misadventures. Welcome, dear readers and royal watchers, to Crown Chronicles, your home for deep dive stories and untold truths from inside the world's most famous monarchy. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on every royal twist, turn, and headline that matters. Introduction. Behind every royal story lies a trail of secrets, choices, and unexpected struggles. And among the most fascinating figures tied to the British monarchy is Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, affectionately known as Fergie. She's vibrant, warm, spontaneous, charming, but also undeniably controversial. While the world has often focused on her personal relationships and her place beside, and outside of, the royal family, fewer people know the deeper story. Her long, complicated history of business misadventures, financial pitfalls, and repeated efforts to reinvent herself. For decades, Fergie's life has been a whirlwind of success, collapse, recovery, scandal, and comeback. Today, we explore the true story of how a duchess with a global platform found herself entangled in a pattern of mismanaged ventures, and how she keeps fighting her way back. The royal fairy tale with a hidden flaw. When Sarah Ferguson married Prince Andrew in 1986, she stepped into a world of international glamour. But behind the scenes, her financial life was far less stable than the public imagined. Royal life offered prestige, but not personal wealth. After her divorce from Prince Andrew in 1996, Fergie faced the reality of maintaining a public presence, travel, staff, lifestyle, without the consistent financial backing that comes from being a senior working royal. This was the beginning of an ongoing struggle. Fergie needed income, and she was determined to create it herself. But ambition, paired with inexperience, would lead her down a turbulent path. The business ventures that promised hope but delivered chaos. Over the years, Sarah Ferguson launched multiple ventures aimed at creating financial freedom. Some showed promise, but many crumbled under poor planning, management issues, and overwhelming debt. Weight Watchers, her brightest financial moment. One of her most successful periods came from her long-running partnership with Weight Watchers. Her openness about weight struggles made her relatable, and fans appreciated her honesty. The deal reportedly earned her millions and helped restore her finances. But the problem was simple. She depended too heavily on this single stream of income. When the partnership ended, she found herself without a fallback plan, and the familiar financial stress resurfaced. Media, books, and lifestyle content, a mix of wins and losses. Sarah ventured into multiple creative fields. Children's books, documentaries, TV appearances, wellness and lifestyle products. Some performed well, particularly her children's stories like the Little Red series. But book royalties and occasional media projects weren't enough to sustain her lifestyle or repay her debts. Many of her ideas lacked clear business structure or long-term sustainability. She was creative, but creativity alone wasn't enough. Heartmore LLC, the downfall that became headlines. Perhaps the most disastrous of all her business ventures was Heartmore LLC, a US-based lifestyle company she launched with high expectations. At first, investors seemed excited. The Duchess had brand power, a compelling story, and an American audience eager for royal connection. But behind the scenes, Heartmore suffered from poor management choices, overspending, lack of direction, conflicts with business partners. The company collapsed abruptly, leaving Sarah with massive financial losses and millions in unpaid debts. What was meant to be her rebirth as a businesswoman became one of her most public failures. The scandal that shocked the world. Everything intensified in 2010, when Sarah was caught in the infamous cash for access scandal. In a sting operation, she appeared to offer access to Prince Andrew in exchange for a large sum of money. Why would a duchess make such a reckless decision? The answer was painfully simple. She was drowning in debt, reportedly owing more than £5 million at the time. Though she apologized publicly and expressed deep remorse, the scandal severely damaged her reputation. Investors backed away, opportunities closed, and headlines painted her as desperate and financially reckless. It was one of the darkest chapters of her life. A pattern of trusting the wrong people. Over the decades, a clear pattern has emerged in Sarah Ferguson's business life. She repeatedly trusted the wrong advisors, partners, and investors. From mismanaged companies to projects that promised huge returns but delivered nothing, Fergie often placed her confidence in people who didn't have her best interests, or the right expertise, at heart. Combined with her impulsive nature and desire to please others, these choices led her into a cycle of debt, right pointing arrow, new venture, right pointing arrow, collapse, right pointing arrow, deeper debt. It became a loop that followed her for years. The unbreakable resilience of Sarah Ferguson. Yet through every scandal, every loss, every failed business, and every headline screaming, Fergie in financial crisis, one thing stands out. Sarah Ferguson refuses to stay down. Time and time again, she has rebuilt herself through charity work, public speaking, writing, documentaries, red carpet appearances, global engagements. Her transparency about her struggles makes her surprisingly relatable. Instead of hiding her failures, she often speaks openly about them. Her resilience, more than her mistakes, is what has kept her relevant. A woman who keeps rising. Sarah Ferguson's trail of business misadventures is long, complicated, and full of lessons. She's not a perfect businesswoman, far from it. But she is a woman who keeps fighting. Her story is about ambition, mistakes, vulnerability, redemption, and an unstoppable will to rise again. And perhaps that's why people continue to root for her. She is flawed, she is human, and she is fascinating. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Sarah Ferguson's business history, make sure you subscribe to Crown Chronicles for more royal revelations. The monarchy holds endless stories, and we're here to uncover every one of them.